When it comes to Hollywood interviews, most actors give polite answers, dodge controversy, and play the safe game. But Denzel Washington, he's built differently. For over 4 decades, he's been one of the most respected names in cinema. Yet beyond his roles, Denzel has earned a reputation for something else entirely: his fearless honesty. Today, we're diving into 10 unforgettable moments where Denzel turned the tables and left everyone speechless. And trust me, some of these responses will change how you see Hollywood forever. Denzel was asked if he considers himself an activist, the kind of question designed to box a person in with a neat label. But Denzel refused to play along.
Have you been an activist for a while?
I've never been an activist.
No.
I'm active. I'm solution-based, not problem-stuck.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, what are we going to do about it? Where I am in life now, I'm in service, and I'm trying to be an advocate for good and change and thought, deed, and action.
Most celebrities might wear the label proudly, but Denzel wasn't interested in slogans or categories. But that was just the beginning, because the next interviewer tried to corner him on race and got shut down even harder.
Anybody's life, it's in a way, he personifies the Black American experience. Had he not faced the racial discrimination, he could have been a great athlete, a star. But because of that, he ended up a garbage collector. Perhaps this self-destructiveness, was it caused by racial discrimination? And is that the effect of racial discrimination on people?
Here's the thing you got to remember. When you talk about racial and you talk about discrimination, what if he just wasn't good enough?
Denzel wasn't letting him simplify the story. He reminded the host that success or failure is never one-dimensional.
See, it's so easy to just say, oh, it's because of this. It's because of racism. Oh, I didn't get the job because of that. Maybe you weren't good enough. Maybe, like his wife says, you were just too old. She says, why don't you just admit it? You were too old.
But we know for a fact that so many talented African Americans who don't achieve their goals or deprived from achieving their big dreams because of their skin color. I'll give you an example, Globetrotters. They were much better basket players than the white guys, but they were not allowed to play in the big league. Don't you think the problem is the racial discrimination?
The right word is not is, was.
Was.
And that's not the only problem. That's one of the problems. Now, you can make it the only one if you'd like. They couldn't play basketball in the NBA. Well, their grandfathers couldn't walk on the sidewalk, or they were slaves. So each generation is trying to do better for the next generation.
And when the reporter tried again, insisting that racism still plays a role today, Denzel leaned in.
You said was. You mean, is it better now? An African American doesn't face these obstacles?
We're sitting in the Four Seasons talking about a movie. We wouldn't be doing this in 1957 unless my name was Poitier. There was only one person then. But yeah, so things are better, no question.
It wasn't denial, it was perspective. But Denzel wasn't done, because when they shifted gears to Hollywood stereotypes, he went even deeper.
About Hollywood, and this is actually Obama pointed out. Do you think those stereotypes that had been presented about African Americans in the movies have affected the society's treatment of African Americans?
I'm sure, yeah.
And do you feel now things have changed?
Things have been changing. It didn't start this week. I've been in this business 40 years. In the 40 years, things have changed a lot. Things are continually changing for the better.
And when the interviewer tried to tie him into the so-called Hollywood system, Denzel cut that down immediately.
Good.
Yeah. So what is Hollywood's role in changing that, in ameliorating?
You say Hollywood. There's no place called Hollywood.
You are part of Hollywood.
I'm a part of the human
now.
race. I'm not a part of any system. I'm a human being.
When you look now at what's going on outside in the political sphere, you see the emergence of white supremacists and racists.
You see the emergence. It didn't emerge this year.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we are regressing in some way.
Right.
Those guys, we thought we eliminated them,
Well, you can't
and suddenly they are
you
back.
understand this. You can't legislate love. You can change laws, but you can't legislate people into loving you. That takes time, and it depends upon what's going on in their home. You can change the law, but if you go home and teach your son how to hate every day, doesn't matter what law, until you teach your son how to love, then the law is not going to change the way your son feels. That's exactly what happens in our film.
And when pressed about why a black director was necessary for a particular project, Denzel didn't let the trap stand.
So why did he need a black director? Could a white director not have
It's not
produced this
color,
work?
it's culture.
We're in a
Steven
space right
Spielberg did Schindler's List.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Scorsese did Goodfellas. Steven Spielberg could direct Goodfellas. Martin Scorsese probably could have done a good job with Schindler's List. But there are cultural differences. I know, you know, we all know what it is when a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like.
Huh?
That's a cultural difference, not just a color difference.
All right.
So it's the culture.
The reporter asked about a fake news story involving Denzel. He chuckled, brushing it off at first, but then turned serious.
You were the subject of a fake news story.
Oh yeah, what they say? I was running for president. No, I
you
voted.
were running for-
No, what'd they say?
You switched your support.
I switched
from
the- yeah,
Hillary
yeah,
to
yeah,
Trump. What do you make of all the fake news and it affects
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
Reporters wanted a soundbite. Instead, they got a mirror. And just when you thought the interviewers would give up, they brought politics into it.
What do you think about the huge fence our president wants to build with the Hispanic world? And how many fences did you have to go through to win this award?
What?
Sorry.
What'd you say?
Okay.
How do I feel about the fence he's about to build?
How many-
You know, I think this is what I think. I think we as Americans better learn to unite. I think we as Americans need to put our elected officials' feet to the fire and demand that they work together or they won't get back in office. You know, in this age we live in, this accelerated information age, we're getting further and further apart. We're not getting together, we're getting further and further and further apart. I think this is an opportunity for us to look at ourselves as a country and say, are we together, really?
Reporters still weren't done testing him. And this time, they came after the myth of black films not selling overseas.
You hear often that black actors, black movies don't play well overseas. Is that the truth or an excuse?
I've heard everything. And what I hear keeps changing. They used to say it didn't sell over here. Then it does. Then it said it doesn't sell in the South. Then it does. Well, it doesn't sell in Europe. Then it does. So I just keep pushing. Well, what an opportunity I have to prove them wrong.
And when the Oscars were under fire for lack of diversity, the interviewer tried to get him to condemn the Academy. Instead, Denzel flipped it.
The Oscars are being criticized for lack of diversity. What do you think about that?
I don't have to think about it. I've lived it. I've been the guy at the Oscars without my name being called. I've been the guy at the Oscars when my name is called. I've been the guy at the Oscars when everybody thought they was going to call my name and they didn't. So I've lived it.
What would you say to the people who are looking at this process and saying it's unfair?
So what? You going to give up? If you're looking for an excuse, you'll find one.
In race.
You can find it wherever you like. You can't live like that. You just do the best you can do.
Not the headline they wanted, but the truth the audience needed. And when asked about his own politics, he went even deeper.
I get the feeling that not necessarily in terms of party politics or good, but you're quite a political person, quite a connected person, quite an involved person.
Well, you know, I'm for trying to make things better. I mean, I look at it like this. I even say it in the movie. You never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You know, you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
And be it money, talent, patience, love, whatever your gift is. So what are you going to do with it when you're here? Who have you lifted up? Who have you made better? Who have you helped out? Not how much do you have, but what you have. Some people have love, some have patience, some have money, some have fame. Whatever your talent is, we all have something. Help your fellow man. I mean, that's the way I look at it. At the end of the day, none of us are perfect. You know, none of us are angels, but you do the best you can with what you have.
But the reporters weren't satisfied. They wanted something scandalous. So they tried digging into his past. And once again, Denzel didn't budge.
But one part of this role, of course, you didn't have to renounce, and that's the alcoholic part of it, because at one point in your life, you were in danger of becoming an alcoholic, weren't you?
Me?
Yeah.
Right now, as we speak.
When you were younger.
When I was younger, I guess we all were in danger. We didn't know it.
You were a young man when you went off the rail.
No, I didn't go that far off the rail. Somebody told you I did.
No, that was in all the research, in all the articles written about you.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I better read them.
The room laughed, but the reporter pressed harder.
Your father left home.
Yeah.
Well, your parents were divorced.
Right.
Then you started going out drinking, mixing with the wrong mob.
I guess it had more to do, not so much drinking, but just being angry about it and lashing out, getting into fights and stuff like that. A young kid, I guess, not understanding what's going on and, just taking it out on whoever's close by.
And when his mom thought a new school would save him, life had an entirely different twist in store.
I grew up with a pretty rough crowd. Most of my friends from that time are dead or in prison, and my mother had good sense to get me out of it. I was exposed to other things and sent away to private schools.
Sure.
So she sent me away to school where all the alcoholics and drug addicts really were. Little did she know.
Instead of making it a sob story, he turned it into a lesson on resilience, choices, and perspective. And when the questions crossed the line even further, he showed just how firm he could be.
Who you wound up supporting in the election? Presidential election?
None of your business.
None of my business?
None of your business.
Well, I'm only asking because the story was online, but that's okay.
But one of his greatest truths came when asked about race relations under President Obama.
Right now, under President Obama, over the last 8 years, in your mind, have race relations improved?
Race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are, I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other. We have to step forward and ask questions about each other and engage. There's no law that says, because I'm president, you all got to get along now. So it's up to us.
And even on Jimmy Kimmel, when the host tried to bait him into making a joke about King Charles, Denzel smiled and sidestepped the trap.
Is that your first king?
That was my first king that I remember.
What did you guys talk about?
It was just small talk.
Yeah,
quick
nothing.
handshake.
Yeah. Did you think about what you were going to say beforehand?
No.
What a job for him, though. He has to go through and say something that everyone's going to remember what he said.
He said he loved all my movies.
Oh, he did? All of them?
Yeah, that's what he said, all of them. Don't get me in trouble with the king.
Yeah, you could be beheaded. You don't want any trouble there.
Denzel Washington doesn't just shut down interviewers. He teaches them. And in the process, he leaves the rest of us with lessons that go way beyond the movies. So tell me, out of all these moments, which one hit you the hardest? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the icons who shape our culture.